Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dad Book. Brian, I got a question.
Yo.
So, calling back to other visual novel type games I've played, usually when you try to go down one character's route, if you don't get all of the answers just right, you get like a less than good ending, or less than best ending at best. So what happens if, let's say I go for Hugo, but I give a few answers that he doesn't like?
I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah.
Alright. So
I haven't delved into this game as much because I kind of didn't want to be spoiled going in.
Damn it. Because
Yeah.
I was going to ask, like, if I give Hugo too many bad options, does it just immediately set me on a bad ending, or does it lock him out and I still have choices between other people?
I think you have a chance to get to know everyone a little bit closer, but...
Because here's how I'm seeing it. If it does go the route where I get locked out, if I don't give enough good answers for someone.
Yeah.
So Hugo's my number 1, Matt is my number 2, and then, depending on, maybe Robert,
Yeah.
maybe Craig is my 3rd. Leaning more toward Robert, because you told me he actually has a decent story behind him, right?
Yeah. And just as
Okay.
considering we've gone this far with it,
Yes.
with Robert, there's a way to completely lock out of any good storytelling with him, and that is, early on, you meet him in a bar, and you talk to him, you decide to go home with him, and he just takes your ass. And, like...
He just takes you to Pound Town?
And then, like, he's like, why are you still here? You
So
knew
it's
what this was.
basically a one-night stand.
Yeah, and
but
then...
that permanently locks you out of his route?
Yeah, but if you if you don't take him up on the one-night stand, he's like, oh, you actually want to get to know me, and then that's when he starts opening up more, and that's when you get to know him.
So it's basically like Jack from Mass Effect.
Yeah, actually.
Like, casual sex is a fine thing, but if you skip the casual sex, then you actually get to know him and it's a lot more meaningful.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna go for Hugo. First choice. Alright. Middle school teacher. High school teacher. Alright.
This is letting you actually view each profile.
Okay. Writer of scholarly articles, on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know and I'm sorry. Fucking what? Most likely to brew some strong tea and paint your miniatures. I also am a fan of figures. The one thing to take with you on Desert Island, a remembrance of things past. I feel like this guy may be out of my league.
Yeah, he definitely is an intellectual.
He definitely exudes the, like I'm down here, and he's up here, intellectually.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna outclass me. He's gonna run circles around me. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. Well, that rules me out. Alright, let's back up. Let's see what Matt likes. What do you want to be when you grew up? Movie star. Favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. Your ideal date. Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I mean, never leave home without glasses. I mean, I shouldn't leave home without my glasses. I'm more or less blind.
Yeah.
Does that count?
First thing I do when I wake up every morning is grab my glasses and put them on my face. Never do I get out of bed without the glasses on.
Well, I'm ahead of the game because 9 times out of 10 I fall asleep with my glasses on.
I stopped doing that.
There
finally.
we go.
Finally.
I will say 1 out of every 10 nights I remember to take my glasses off, and that's about it. Spent a lot of time thinking about it. I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. So basically, book snobs.
Yeah.
Like, I have an actual book. That makes me better.
Like, oh, yes. Mine's a tome bound in ancient rare leather from an extinct animal. You can.
Mine's paper. Fuck off.
Mine is like super impressive digital ink.
Wait, so how do Oh, okay, I have to specifically pick message.
Yeah.
Massage.
And then it also gives you your heart rating next to their name, as you noticed there.
Yeah, I saw that. Dad tip, please remember to call us once in a while. Please? We're begging you. And not an hour and a half after curfew. Young lady. Drink a full glass of coffee in the morning. Oh, alright.
Try to exercise regularly. That's why I park far away from the entrance to the Walmart.
Really, though? Oh, boy. Navigate to Hugo's Dad Book page and type out a message. Hey, Hugo. Great seeing you at the bar, but... Q. Wanna hang out sometime? I'll wait for a few minutes before the computer dings.
At least it's better than the terrible pickup line that my wife got the other day from someone.
What?
She gets the occasional random, like, she gets randomly, like, messaged by just rando dudes because she's a woman on Facebook.
Okay.
But this one was so good, she actually sent it to me and a couple other people.
Oh, boy.
It was like, hey, babe, let me see them quarantitties.
Oh, my God.
We at least applauded him for that one. It's like, all right, that's good.
All right. So, I didn't want to bring this up.
Yeah.
But, especially, like, in the middle of an episode. But, with the whole corona thing going around and some of the racism that it brings up. So we've both seen racism happen.
Oh yeah.
Toward Chinese people, and me being Chinese, it hits a little bit.
Yeah.
It stings a tad.
It's one of the reasons it pisses me off, because I have my token Chinese person, and it makes me sad that you're angry at them.
But you said that you found a phrase that was too amazing.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I found it too awesome to be angry at. What was that phrase, please?
It's that kind of racist that you immediately laugh at, like, hard, then feel guilty, and then you just own it and keep laughing. And it was...
You know you shouldn't laugh, but as soon as the person who is a victim of that same... that's who's targeted by it laughs, you know it's okay. And I did indeed laugh because it's so good.
So basically, let me start this way. If you want to come up with a nickname for Corona or COVID-19...
Please don't actually use this name. I find it funny, but I still don't think that's an excuse.
Well, I was going to say, don't call it the Chinese virus or the Chinese flu. No, at least be funny about it. This guy called it, or said that he had to stop working because he came down with a bout of the Kung flu. And I fell out of my chair.
I loved it. It's... If you wanted to squint at it, yes, it's racist, but it's clever, though. It's funny. Mm-hmm. I thought it was
That goes from casual racism to award-winning racism right there.
Yeah, which I don't recommend anyone attempt, because that's really... You're gonna come across as wrong to a lot of people. But I give that specific one the okay this once.
Yeah. Plus, the guy who said it, I don't know if he was actually trying to be racist. I think he heard it somewhere and thought it was clever and was just trying to get a chuckle, but... He got a laugh.
You have to be careful, though. You definitely have to be careful with that. Would you like to read Hugo's response?
Okay.
That's been sitting here for a hot minute.
Okay. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime. But I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them?
Could I?
Yeah, I'll kidnap somebody and drop them off, sure.
I mean...
I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm going to be honest with you here. It's a middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I hated middle schoolers when I was one.
I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I have to be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she'd been crying. Uh-oh. Morning, Manda.
Manda Panda, want to talk about it? Morning, Pops.
Hey, are you alright?
Of course, I'm fine.
I heard a sniffle. You are not fine.
I just got to thinking about the Backstreet Boys. They had a reunion. The Backstreet Boys are back, alright. She's totally covering.
Okay.
But they're different. Something's wrong with them. Like they were dreams someone once had but can no longer remember. And no one's talking about it. They just go on like everything's normal.
Okay, I'm missing something here. Is she still covering, or...
I don't even know. She's a teenager.
Like... Are you sure that's... Were they original? Were they really the only ones? God damn it, I have to give that answer. I have to give that answer. I'm sorry. God damn it.
You realize by us knowing that joke, it's just admitting that we've listened to their music.
I feel like, yeah.
But for the record, Backstreet Back is it's a pretty killer song. The video's awesome.
I didn't watch the video, and honestly, it's not by choice that I remember that particular song.
Yeah.
But I will say one of my favorite songs of all time is by them. It's just not that particular song.
There are various Universal movie monsters in the video, and they do a little bit of Thriller here and there, and it's just a good video. It's like back when music videos were just fun and stupid and not just like, hey, look at all this fancy stuff I have. Here's a product placement from Beats by Dre. Hashtag not sponsored.
The answer is no. We see boy bands come and go all the time. When they're popular, we'll act as if they don't like their music, and in a few decades, their songs will be considered classics.
I feel like that was a grammatical error.
It doesn't seem to make 100% sense.
Yeah.
There.
We'll act like we don't like their music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they ran it through the proofreader. The automatic proofreader thought, yeah, sure, that's fine. Print it. It's just the way the world works. The Beatles were once the hot new boy band, you know.
So, do fathers just lose their dad license if they don't mention the Beatles at least once per month?
You're not supposed to know that. Yes, but mentions of Rush or Billy Idol are or Billy Joel, excuse me.
Billy Idol works too.
Billy Idol, all right. Maybe I was what's the term? I was projecting what I wanted to read. Billy Idol are acceptable in a pinch.
But seriously, because do you want to talk to her about it, or do you want to just let her be?
She's been crying. I need to know. You know you can talk to me about anything, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you about the Backstreet Boys with you.
Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, just remember that it's okay to be sad. And also remember that I love you very much. And only want what's best for you. That's all. You want some scrambled eggs? Scrambled eggs for your thoughts?
You gonna go take a dump in Mother Maggie's shoes?
God damn it.
All right, jeez, don't make me cry again.
Hey, how was middle school for you?
Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
Got it.
That was the year that I got beaten unconscious and buried in a gravel pit with a garden hose taped into my mouth.
So, is that what we wanted to bring up now, or?
I'm just saying, it's a thing. I ruined a family over it. It was nice. I thought I've mentioned this story before.
I think you did. I just wasn't expecting it during this game.
Middle school came up. I had flashbacks.
Uh-huh. All right.
Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in gross old building for 40-plus hours a week doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40 pop songs? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs.
Oh, dang it.
What's your middle school experience like?
Yeah, no, it kind of sucked. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you hurt me, and I'll never forget.
What'd she do to you?
She took my shoelaces and said I couldn't read good, and told me I had a dumb face. I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. Wow, what a dick.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Wow, he started having the flashbacks like I did.
Yeah.
See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Good word use. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school?
Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for.
You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? Last field trip I got to go on was the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory.
Alright, first off, I'm going to defend square pizza for a second.
Yeah, but square pizza or clam chowder?
But I will say, there's not really much defense giving out said square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Because
pour the chowder on the pizza.
Alright, you know what? That's not... Okay.
That is okay.
Okay. You know what? Let's move on. Oh! Is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
No, it's because Bobby Wellington threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder, and now I'm the only one who saw it happen.
Oh! Can I take a moment to recount a story?
Ooh, go ahead, but
I promise
just know vomit is one of my triggers.
I promise there's no vomit.
Okay.
It's not a vomit story, but it is pretty gross. So, when I used to work at the phone company, you know the one, don't say it,
yeah,
but you know the one I'm talking about. We had a potluck. You know, just once a month we would do a thing. We'd just have a potluck. Everyone brings in some food. Someone brought in a cake. All right.
Okay.
And so everyone's eating their main courses and whatnot. Everyone's just digging in. This one woman, she cut off a piece of the cake, and then she wiped the fork or she wiped the knife off with her finger. If you wash your hand, okay, fine. But then she licked the frosting off her finger, then wiped the other side of that same knife, and then put the knife back. I'm pretty sure I was the only one who saw it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I should call her out on this, but I'm most certainly skipping cake today.
Yeah,
I will not be having that. And I don't know if I should put this woman on blast or not. Because that is not okay. But, like... God. Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah,
I told you, it's a gross story, but it's not as far as a vomit story. Whew. You alright there, or you wanna...
It haunts me.
Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past.
Anyway, you should do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish.
Amanda, I get... Okay, there's no comma there, so it kind of threw me off. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous.
Relatable. What? Are you worried that a whale is going to pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Look,
No.
That's kind of what happened with my dolphin story.
I was about to say, no, I'm worried that a dolphin's going to come out of the touch tank and mug me. Because a certain co-host said something happened to him regarding a dolphin-related mugging.
And suddenly I'm back in fish nom again.
Don't you put fear in my heart.
Well, do they have penguins there?
Fish nom.
It took you long enough.
No, it registered, but I was in the middle of one of my lines. Excuse me. Yes, they have penguins there.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh the fear of the ocean.
I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out.
I love Amanda. She's a terrible influence on us as a parent.
I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled.
I'm so glad you're here.
Hugo!
It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed, most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers.
I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here.
So should I just put the noose around my neck now, or do I have to wait till the end of the field trip?
I'm pretty sure there's a whale in the petting tank for you.
That'll swallow me whole?
Yeah.
Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start.
I'm just saying, getting swallowed, kicking, and screaming whole would put a nice symmetry on your actual lifespan.
You know, can we...
Try not to think about that too much.
Too late.
Can you guys put your phones away?
All the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They then go back to texting. At least they're quiet.
Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it.
You want me to go ahead and drop kick them preemptively?
I mean, I hear tell of a whale pit.
There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their brace to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all.
We'll see.
I feel like my guy's a little too... He's dangerously lax about what could happen. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid.
These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil.
You're making them do assignments in a field trip? Hugo!
I had to do them at the end of my trip to the aquarium.
Brian!
But it was based on the documentary I watched, so I was happy to do it.
The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. I collectively groan. Because Hugo, why are you giving assignments at a field trip? It's fish. They should be enjoying spending their time. What's in the packet?
Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes and think about the Great Barrier Reef.
Jesus.
Alright, Hugo, I'm on your level now.
Or is he like actually giving that thinking black dude look?
Yeah.
Where he like looks at the camera and just like
Also, is it
taps
just
the
me or does
head?
it look like the glasses are piercing through his finger?
You mean like the stem of the or like the
the
frame?
arm.
God, yeah, it does.
It's because I think the glasses are a different sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks like the frame of it kind of pierces through his finger.
Game ruined. 1 out of 10. Get
That's-
this piece of shit off the internet.
Damn it. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
What?
Gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on. They have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish.
While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Ah, the lionfish. What?
Did you want to give the demonstration to the class, or should I?
Look, I like fish, man. I just don't like dolphins.
All right. Well, we're at that time where you stop talking about dolphins, Mister. I don't want to bring it up, but let's bring it up again.
Never forget SeaWorld, man. Never forget.